MashaAllah. We've only got half an hour. And inshallah, I've got a few things to share with you. Something very interesting. Before we proceed, only approximately half an hour before Salatul Maghrib. This is the day of Jum'ah. Let us all pray the durood of Jum'ah. Yes? Who knows this durood sharif? Who knows the durood of Jum'ah? The Friday durood? Anyone? Yeah, let's pray together. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina wa mawlana Muhammadin nabiyyin ummiyyin habibin alil qadiril azimil jah وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Ready? Which month are we in? I don't want to hear any whispers. I just want to see your hands. Okay, I'm going to ask this you. March. Say Subhanallah. Okay, Islamic month. Which Islamic month? You're correct. That's fine, March. We are in March. 2 days left. Yes. The month of? While you're talking, I need your attention. I need your attention. Now, do you know Rajab is known as what? Why is Rajab so special? It is known as? That's the next month. Allah subhanahu, very good. The month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rajab is the month of Allah. Sha'aban is the month of, finish off. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Ramadan is a month of ours, the followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, second question. There's a very special night. Allahu Akbar. I haven't even finished off the question, which occurs in this very blessed month. MashaAllah. Say Subhanallah. The reason I'm telling you to say Subhanallah, because the very night, i.e. the night of Isra wal Mi'raj, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to this journey, He begins by saying Subhan. Say Subhanallah. Now, the story is very long, and the distance is huge, and the time is very short. Yes? But inshallah, I'm going to start a few things inshallah to increase your knowledge inshallah. Now, when did Mi'raj take place? When? How old roughly was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when Mi'raj took place? About 50, mashallah. 10 years after he proclaimed his prophethood. Now, do you know the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to call people towards Islam. He used to call people towards the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, monotheism, believing in one Allah. Meccans, the people of Quraysh, the disbelievers of Makkah Mukarramah, they did not like this new religion, the religion of Islam. They began to oppress the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They began to oppress the Muslims. They began to stop the Muslims propagating and practicing their religion. So the Prophet ﷺ, at the age of 47 to 50, in different narrations, he went to a nearest city, a town, which was known as Ta'if. Known as what? Ta'if. Everyone together? Ta'if. You have to remember these things. He went with one of his or two of his companions who went to Ta'if. Do you know when the people of Makkah, the disbelievers, the Quraysh disbelievers, when they got to know that the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet of Islam, who's propagating this religion, is going to go to Taif, they sent a message to the people of Taif and said, Na'udhu billah, astaghfirullah, a madman is going to come to your town. Say astaghfirullah. He's going to come, he will be reciting, it's a chant, Quran. It's a magical words. Don't listen to these words, don't listen to him, rather get your children to throw stones at this mad person. Astaghfirullah. Now the Prophet ﷺ, he entered Taif with the hope that the people of Makkah did not accept Islam. At least the people of Taif, they don't know me, but they will listen to my speech. They listen to the words of the Quran, the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills, they will come into the fold of Islam. Now the Prophet went to Taif, he began to call, went to each and every single area of Taif. But instead of welcoming the Prophet ﷺ to the city, what did they do? The children came out, they got pebbles and stones and rocks, whatever they could find, and na'udhu billah, astaghfirullah, to our Prophet ﷺ, they began to pelt him. They threw stones at him, rocks at him. Okay, they chased him out of the town. Move away from here. You're not welcome here. Don't propagate your new religion. Yes? Now the Prophet ﷺ, do you know the hadith states, he began to bleed to such an extent, the blood went down on his legs, feet, and the sandals. You have Na'al al-Park? Yeah, the blessed Na'al. Yeah, you have Na'al al-Park, mashallah, on you. Yes? So the blessed sandals of Prophet ﷺ, they were filled with his blessed blood. Okay? But the Prophet ﷺ said, oh Allah, curse these people. I'm your prophet. I'm the last prophet. Did not listen to me. Oh Allah, punish these people. Rather, there were angels that came down, the angels of mountains, and said, oh Prophet of Allah, Allah has sent us to you. If you want, we can crush these people between two mountains. The Prophet ﷺ, no, I'm not here to bring punishment on people, to curse people. If these people do not accept Islam, I have hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that their children will accept Islam. And this exactly happened many years later when the Prophet came back to Makkah to Mukarramah. When he conquered Makkah to Mukarramah, the people, the children of Taif, in groups of hundreds, they came and they accepted Islam at the hands of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, the Prophet is a prophet of mercy. Islam is a religion of mercy, of love, of tolerance. We do not curse people. We do not prosecute people. Yes, we do not punish people. We are against any type of cruelty against anyone, whether they're humans, whether they're animals, whether they're inanimate objects. Okay, Islam denounced every sort of hatred and crime. So the Prophet ﷺ coming, he came back from Taif, tired, fatigueness. Yes, he was very sorrowed, disheartened that people are not accepting Islam. Yes, people, if they do not accept Islam, they will not get a guaranteed place in Jannah. He was more worried about other people. So he went Taif. From Taif, he went back to Makkah al-Mukarramah. He was tired. Yes, now he went that night. It was the night of 27th of Rajab. 27th, which is going to be on Wednesday. Wednesday, inshallah. So, he came and went to stay at his cousin's house, Hani radiallahu ta'ala anha, and he went to sleep that night. Okay, everything is quiet. Okay, he's tired, so he's praying to Allah, guide these people. They're not accepting this religion. They're not accepting you as the true God, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran as the last testament, the last final book. So he was resting when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala summoned Jibreel. Ya Jibreel alayhi salam. Okay, the leader of all angels. Go to my beloved and invite him that today I'm calling him towards me. And Jibreel alayhi salam, he was told to go to Jannah to collect few things. One thing was a heavenly animal known as what? Buraq. You know what buraq is from the word barq. What's barq? Yes. Yes. Barq. يكاد البرق يخطف أبصارهم. It's lightning. Why is buraq known as buraq? Because it's made out of light, and the speed is the speed of light. It's that fast. As far as the buraq can see, that is one step. Now imagine when the buraq is galloping. Yes? Do you know what's the speed of light? 200 approximately, yes, mashallah. So 299 million meters per second, 186,000 miles, okay, per second. That is the speed of light. So Jibreel came with Buraq and Mikael and some other angels. They came. They also got some vessels from Jannah. Okay, from water. Some say the water of Jannah Tasneem was used. Some say the water of Zamzam was collected. Nevertheless, they came down. The Prophet ﷺ sleeping in the house of who? What, her name? Hani. Whose name is Hani? No, from here, no one. Anyone's name was, whose name is Hani from the students? No one's called Hani here? No. Okay. So Hani, beautiful name. So the Prophet is resting, Jibreel Islam came. Now usually, normally, angels, if they wanted to go to the Prophet ﷺ, they would knock on the door or they would wait outside the door to seek permission. This time around, Jibreel salam didn't go through the door, rather the ceiling was opened and Jibreel came down. Why? The ulama said, one is because this was not the house of the Prophet ﷺ, so seeking permission was not needed. Second is because this was a surprise. This was a surprise. You know, if I have a mobile phone, yeah, and you want to give it to someone, a star student today, inshallah, will get something, maybe a mitai, a kajur. Yeah? So if I was to tell you, I'm going to give you a kajur, and then I give it to you, well, is that a surprise? That's not really a surprise. Okay, you've given that glad tidings of getting kajur, but then, do you know, unexpectedly, I give you a kajur here. You understand? So, wow, whoa, never expected this. This is a surprise, isn't it? So, Jibreel alayhi salam, by the command of Allah, went through the ceiling. But the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam was sleeping. Never did Jibreel alayhi salam woke the Prophet up, because usually he would seek the permission to enter the chamber. But this time around, he's perplexed. He doesn't know how to wake up the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How do you tell me, if you were there and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sleeping, resting, how would you, as a believer, a follower of the Prophet, how would you wake the Prophet up? What would you do? Subhanallah. What's your name? Muhammad. Subhanallah. Very beautifully. Exactly what Jibreel did. When Jibreel paused, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Jibreel, Ya Jibreel qabbil rijlayh. Oh Jibreel alayhi salam, kiss his feet. Now Jibreel alayhi salam is made out of what? Light. The Prophet is made out of nur, light. Now light connected to light. Buraq is light. Everything's about light. And the eyes of the Prophet opened and he saw Jibreel alayhi salam. Say subhanallah. Now Jibreel alayhi salam said, O Prophet of Allah, O Habib of Allah, Allah is calling you. Do you know all that tiredness, that sorrow, that grief, that worry, this every feelings they had that day vanished, full of excitement, full of happiness, full of delight, that today is going to be Mi'raj, Isra wal Mi'raj. So Jibreel alayhi salam, and now again there's different narrations. Prophet left the house of Hani radiallahu ta'ala anha. Now remember two things. One was he was sleeping on a leather mat. Point number one. Number two, there used to be a chain attached to the door of Hani radiallahu ta'ala anha. Okay, so he opened the chain, it was moving, and he left the house. He performed wudu. And Jibreel alayhi salam took the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam in front of the Kaaba, inside the Hatim. And said, "O Prophet of Allah, lie down." Yes, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam lied down. What time are we on? Inshallah. I'm going to add a few things from experience. Remember this, I'm coming back to this point. Do you know, talking about the house of Hani radiallahu ta'ala, many years ago, the first time I went to Umrah, there was a electrician who used to work in Makkah to Mukarramah. And he showed us around the different points, places of interest in around Haram, around the Mataf, especially the Ottoman buildings. There used to be, now it's not there anymore. There used to be 4 pillars, black pillars, the shape of an arch. Okay? It was abnormal. These pillars were different compared to other pillars. They're not there anymore. Wallahu a'lam, Allah knows the best if it's true or not. But the electrician, he said that when Buraq came, he was tied at this point. And Ottomans, okay, because of the significance of the place, the 4 hooves, the 4 legs, they placed pillars there, okay, to mark the area where Buraq was standing outside the house of Hani radiallahu ta'ala. And other thing is mentioned that what people who were blind, born blind, okay, they would come, the ulama would pick the soil where the Buraq placed its hooves, and they would add Zamzam, place on the eyes, and by the barakah of that soil, Allah will give them eyesight. They couldn't see again. Okay, and also there is, I don't think there is, or still there's one pillar like this shape. Okay, I think it's demolished. Okay, that used to be the house, not this one. We're talking over there. Similar to this one. Yes, they're all looking here. Okay, there used to be a similar pillar to this one in outside Mataf. That was where the Prophet used to sleep and rest. That was the house of Hani radiallahu ta'ala anha. Till this day and age, people could smell fragrance. Okay, the government tried to paint and wash or whatever, but the fragrance wouldn't disappear. I think some of the brothers who went before, they've also experienced this. This was the house of Hani where the Prophet ﷺ used to rest. Yes, anyway. So where was I? Where are we? Yeah, he went to the Kaaba, the Hatim, okay, the semicircular, which is part of the Kaaba. The Prophet ﷺ was made to rest on the floor. Jibreel alayhi salam and Mikael alayhi salam told the Prophet, "You lie down." And what happened? Don't try this at home. The Prophet ﷺ says that Jibreel came and cut my chest open. No pain, nothing. He's a Prophet of Allah. This is a mu'jiza. Okay? Opened, okay, the chest and the ribs, and extracted, took out the heart. Again, the Prophet could see everything. Okay, no injections, nothing. He could see everything. Yes? Jibreel alayhi salam told Mikael bring the tray from Jannah, and it was placed, and wisdom and knowledge and nur was filled in the heart, and it was placed back into the chest. Why do you think so? Why? Why did they have to do this? Yes. Yes, but what was it? Was filled with light and wisdom and knowledge. What was happened now in this light? What was the greatest gift? I'm going to finish at this point, inshallah. Yes, go on. In what? Helping in what? Especially to do with your journey, yes. Anything else from the girls? Yes. He could go to heaven. He had, so that especially he would have that strength, the strength to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes? No one, remember this point, no one from Adam alayhi salam until Yawm al-Qiyamah, no human being, no one on the face of the earth have seen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with their two eyes, with their physical eyes. Yes? Now one point to remember, and then I'm going to finish up this point inshallah. Do you know Hazrat Musa alayhi salam? Yeah. What's his title? He's known as what? Ibrahim is Khalilullah, Adam is Safiyullah. Okay? Musa is what? Alayhi salam? Kalimullah, from Kalam, Mutakallim. Okay? Kalim, the one who converses with Allah subhanahu directly. Now imagine, listen to this. Do you know Musa alayhi salam, he heard and conversed directly with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he was unable to see Allah. He just heard the beautiful sound. Okay? The kalam, the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you know Musa alayhi salam, after hearing the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, Ya Rabb, Rabbi alini anzur ilayk. Oh Allah, I want to see you. Oh Allah, I want to see you. But do you know one thing to remember? No one, except for the Prophet, no one is able to see, no one has the strength to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya. It's not possible. Yes, only the Prophet was able to see Allah with his physical eyes, no one else. Besides the Prophet ﷺ, in this dunya, in this life, were able to see who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's very interesting, you're going to love this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Musa alayhi salam, Oh Musa, you're my prophet. You made a dua, you asked if you can see me. Okay, but then we'll have to check if you're able to see me. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, what I'm going to do, I am going to reflect itajalli. I'm going to shine a reflection of my divine light on a mountain called Mount Sinai. Do you know where Mount Sinai is? It's in Egypt, near Red Sea. Yeah? It was huge. At the moment it's small, but it is still huge. But compared, it was 7 times bigger. I will shine a reflection of my divine light on this mountain. فَإِنِ اسْتَقَرَّ مَكَانَهُ فَسَوْفَ تَرَانِي. If this mountain was to remain strong and firm on its place, you shall be able to see me. As Musa said, agreed. So Musa alayhi salam, he went. He went to this mountain. And this is in the Quran. And do you know how much tajalli was reflected? How much light was shone? Like equal to the size of an eye of a needle. That amount of light, tajalli, was reflected on which mountain? Mount Wat-Tin wa-Zaytun wa-Turi Sinin Tur Sinai. Okay, so here. It was reflected. Do you know what happened? The huge mountain, split into 7 different small mountains. And Musa alayhi salam fell unconscious. He was unable to perceive, he was unable to look at the actual light directly. A small amount of light. He fell unconscious. Do you know when he woke up? When he woke up, let me ask you, was he able to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yes or no? No. Forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was not able to perceive the actual light, the reflection, the tajalli of the light. He was unable to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was unable to look at that light directly. But do you know when he woke up? When he woke up, do you know his eyes became so strong? So strong. Yeah? Can you see? If I'm going to ask you a question. Can you see there's an ant here walking? Yeah. if I was to tell you there's an ant walking here, will you be able to see it? No? Especially if the carpet is greyish, blackish color. Yeah? Now, look at Musa alayhi salam's power. Okay? Musa alayhi salam, when he woke up, when he came down, okay, Mufassirun have mentioned that after this tajalli, his eyesight became so strong, he could see a black ant walking on a black stone in a pitch black night 30 miles away. Everything on the radius, the smallest black ant walking on a black stone, how many miles away? Then I'm going to ask you, then what can you say about the eyesight of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam who saw Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Say subhanallah. Yes. So the lesson we need to learn from Mi'raj, hopefully inshallah the teachers that I've seen in a few classes, you're going through the incident of Mi'raj, a long story. Okay, how from Buraq, the Prophet mountain from Masjid al-Haram ila Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. From al-Aqsa he went to the first sky, met Adam alayhi salam, went to the second sky. And do you know what is the distance between this sky, earth and the first sky? How long? Imagine you're on a horse. How fast does a horse gallop? Let's say approximately. A fastest horse maybe 35, 40 miles per hour. I know they don't make noise like that. Okay. But anyway, imagine galloping on a horse, non-stop, no services. But we're not going straight, we're up. We get up, non-stop. With all the oxygen mask and all the technology, imagine. Non-stop, you're going up and up. How long do you think it'll take you to reach the first sky?
Yes.
How many nights? 6 nights. 10 days? No. 80 years? No. Yes. 1 month? No. Much longer. I'll tell you. It'll take you 500 years. You don't need to talk. 500 years to the first sky. From first to second, 500 years. From second to third, 500 years. From third to fourth, fourth to fifth, fifth to sixth, sixth to seventh. All together, approximately. On 500 is how many? 3,000. Someone's very good at maths here. It will take you 3,500 years. And then we have the Arsh. And do you know Arsh? Allah has mentioned that. Do you know the throne of Allah, Arsh? Okay, the throne of Allah. Before the Arsh, there are 70 veils. There are 70 layers of veil, hijabat. Between each hijab, between each layer is 500 years. And then there's Arsh. And then Sidratul Muntaha. Sidratul Muntaha is the last point of the universe. Okay, Jibreel alayhi salam said to the Prophet, I cannot go further. If I was to take one step, all of my wings would burn. How many wings did he have? 600. 600 wings. One wing would cover the entire earth. That's Jibreel alayhi salam. Okay, and then went further and further. Okay, no one could go, no one can go. It's impossible, muhal for us. Only the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went. And he was gifted with a beautiful gift. What was that gift? Namaz. Yes? Namaz. Do you know namaz was gifted in the heavens? Yeah? Al-Mi'raj of a believer, Mi'raj al-Mu'min, is salah, is namaz. If you want to be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should never miss namaz. Okay, what's your name? Come. What's your name? You forgot your name. Stand up. Melissa, stand up. What's your name? Stand up. What's your name? Hashim. Okay, you four come. Come here. Okay. Do you know namaz is so beautiful? It was given to the Prophet ﷺ in the night of Mi'raj. Isra, again, I forgot to mention Isra wal Mi'raj. Isra means land journey. Sail. From Masjid al-Aqsa, from Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa is Isra. And from there, and to ascension is called Mi'raj, or Uruj. Okay, do you know, in namaz, the Prophet says in every single sky, I saw angels, some in qiyam, some in ruku, some in sujood, some in doing tasbih, some are circumambulating Baytul Ma'amur. Again, I forgot all these things, we will have no time. But then one thing we notice with namaz is so beautiful, it's connected to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you know when we pray namaz? What are the 4 main positions of namaz? No, we're not talking first. What are the 4 positions? 4 main. So if you look at someone, he might be doing what? He might be standing, or he might be in ruku, he might be in sujood, or he might be in qaida. Okay? Okay. So what's your name? What's your name? Isa. Okay, mashallah. Isa alayhi salam was in the 3rd sky. Okay, or 2nd sky. So if fold your arms like you do in namaz. Okay. This is Isa in doing what? Qiyam. Okay, what's your name? Hussain, mashallah. Okay. Now we go into ruku. Go into ruku. Do you know what ruku is? Touch your knees. Sit. And look at your feet. Touch your knees. Stay like that, okay? That's fine. Okay, now what's your name? Hashim, okay. Hashim is gonna do what? Sajda. That way. For now. Just go in sajda. Do you know how to go in sajda? Just go down. Okay, put your head on the floor. Go down. That's it. MashaAllah. Okay, what's your name? Ahmad Raza. Subhanallah. Ah. Ahmad Raza. Okay. You're gonna sit down. One knee, sit in front of him. Sit on your knees. No, not lie down. Sit down. MashaAllah. That's right. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. If you know the answer without whispering, without talking to anyone, if you know the answer, just raise your hand without saying anything. From all the alphabets of Arabic language, Arabic alphabets, which letter do you think represents Qiyam? Which letter resembles Qiyam? I don't want to see, I don't want to hear any sound, any whispers. I'll ask the girls a bit quiet, mashallah. They're well behaved, was a bit energetic. Okay, which letter do you think represents? What's her name? Isa. Yes? Yeah, you? Qaf. Maybe. It's just like a lamppost. Yes? With the glasses on? No? Yes? What's the first letter? Alif. Khalas. That's fine. Alif. Okay, Alif. I'm not finished. Going to ruku. Okay. Now, again, it's going to be difficult. Yes. But what letters do you think represents ruku? Ra. Now look at the shape. Jim or what's after Jim? So this one's at what? Alif. Alif. Now look at, going to, now obviously you can't see him in sujood. Okay? But do you know when a person is doing sajda, he's breaking that circle? Meme. MashaAllah, very good meme. And then someone will start. Dal. Dal. Alif. Say, repeat after me. Alif. Mim.
Dal.
Spells out what?
Ahmad.
Ahmad. Which is the name of who? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You see the connection? Say Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
So paying namaz to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it spells out the name of, you can sit down, Jazakallah. Sorry, you're tired. Yes, MashaAllah. You can have Snickers. MashaAllah. This is what we call a surprise. MashaAllah. Yes? So Ahmad spells out the name of the Prophet. Why Ahmad? Is because, now we finished at this point. The Prophet ﷺ have two names. One is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
And the other name is Ahmad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammad is on earth. His name in the heavens, in the sky, in Jannah is Ahmad. And because namaz was given in the heavens, and therefore that name is connected to Salah and is brought back to this dunya. Say Subhanallah. So pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah reward you, may Allah reward the teachers, may Allah reward the committee members, everyone, your parents who are sending you to the madrasa to learn something. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have some, mashallah, unplanned visit, but mashallah, a memorable visit. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all. The blessings of Rajab, may Allah give us the tawfiq to worship Allah in Sha'ban, and may very quickly we see the blessings of Ramadan. Say Ameen.